y'all, I am so happy to be back in front of you guys today. We got a little sagey sage going on. I just walked back in the house not that long ago. I just had to take care of some, regular life human things, laundry and such. I know earlier today I came to you guys and we had a little chitty chat about resistance within our tower moments, and I thought that that was really really cool. I'm gonna try to do more of those little pop-ins and just hit you guys with some downloads that I get like in the moment instead of waiting and trying to do all the like specialty stuff. I think it'll help the channel flow a lot easier, just me getting the messages out, and yeah, instead of just holding so many things to myself and then they just kind of get lost in the sauce. But neither here nor there. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, you already know what the is going on. I love you guys. So, are you ready for your romance reading? We're doing it for the singles and for the couples tonight. Tonight, whatever time you're watching this. Right now we are in the evening right before the Libra full moon and the lunar eclipse. That's so exciting. I'm so excited to be here. And yeah, this is a good time for breakups. This is a good time for meetings, like meeting new people and coming together. I was gonna say makeups, but that's not like coming together. I don't know how you would say that. Like, this is a good time for new connections, and this is a good time for severing connections at the same time. But tonight we're gonna talk about and see what is going on in your business. So we're gonna start with the let's start with the singles. Okay, we're gonna start with the singles. I'm going to drop the timestamps below so that you guys can just go ahead and hop to your reading. But let's go ahead and see singles. Let's see what is the overarching message for your love life, for romance and relationships. Thank you to our benevolent guides and ancestors for always looking out for us and giving us the most clear and accurate messages to keep us in alignment with our greatest good. We are so grateful for all of the wisdom, all of the knowledge, all of the guidance that's given to us. Okay, so I got two cards that came out. The first one is Exquisite Plenty. I love that for you. And then reverse came out, Diving Deep. Okay, so let's grab the book so that we can dive into Exquisite Plenty. Also, I am pulling from my Gaia's Vision Oracle deck. I love this deck. This is like one of my favorite decks ever. Let's see, Exquisite Plenty. Also, let me show you guys the card. It's really pretty. It's reminding me of like blueberries or fruit. So just intuitively, this is telling me that you guys in your love life, in your romantic life, you are very fruitful. But I'm not sure if you are necessarily getting into deep relationships right now, or if that's your focus. It might be your focus, but that might not be what you're doing. But let's go ahead and jump into it. It says, Exquisite Plenty. Eternal fullness, you burst with the feeling of enough, savoring life's sweet richness. It's all yours to have and to share with love and blessings. And the key word is, guess, it's abundance. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. And then let's just get diving deep. Diving Deep says, look inside, examine from all angles. You break apart the puzzle, two sides at least, to everything. Do you see them all? Now is the time to act before acting. Contemplation. Yeah, so you guys might be contemplating getting into relationships, or maybe you're looking at the people. As soon as I was about to say you're looking at the people around you, you're more than likely looking at the people around you like, yeah, these Like, if this is it, I know I'm gonna be settling. You might be can I get clarity on the on truth? You might really be looking for somebody that is matching your energy as far as like your day-to-day practices, your routines, your spirituality. You're more so looking for somebody that that can identify with the transformation that you went through in your life. um Yeah, you're looking for somebody that has like spiritual soundness, like somebody that's spiritually astute is what I just heard. Like, you are somebody that is more so like yeah, in your lane. Somebody that is powerful in their position. Okay. So in my head I was looking, well, as I was looking at this 8 of Wands right here with accelerated motion, and I was thinking, well, what's stopping the accelerated motion with this material and spiritual prosperity upside down, and it's the base chakra. So okay, so this is what I'm getting for you guys specifically. You guys specifically, I feel like Spirit is asking you to go within and really think about what is it that you want in a partner. Like, when you say, okay, so Spirit is like, be specific. Okay, so the thing that popped out is for authority. So two different things. First of all, I'm getting that some of you guys are looking for somebody that has authority. You want somebody that has power, somebody that resembles somebody that's strong, somebody that's confident, somebody that's affluent in the community. That's the type of partner that you're looking for. And if that person isn't in that position, then you more than likely won't even consider them. There is somebody there disciplining a dog. Okay, so please, you're looking for but also, I feel like this is a part of the message too, because I was actually going into, while we're talking about power and authority, you're looking for somebody that has like a high ranking level of power and authority. But also, Spirit is wanting you to be specific, because in the past you may have ran into a lot of people that may have tried to exert their power and authority over you. So notice that this is more than likely one of your triggers. And be specific when you are manifesting. Also, when you are doing your meditations and your shadow work, really sit down and consider your past relationships and the balance of power and authority between you and that other person. And really, I'm just hearing Spirit say, really sit with those feelings. How did that make you feel? How did you end up there? And how can you co-create with Spirit in order to completely disconnect? How can you co-create with Spirit in order to have a life that's completely disconnected from that, even emotionally? So I think what they're trying to say is, be careful in the way that you are manifesting, so that you don't bring in another partner that is abusive, like in so many words. But you have good luck. Like, this is a Chariot card. You have good luck in this pursuit. But Spirit is really wanting you to be specific. I think that too is why diving deep came upside down. Really be specific when you are thinking about your partner. Okay, so even when you are talking about it to your friends, a lot of times, Spirit saying a lot of times you're joking, but your brain doesn't recognize jokes. I don't know if that's something that's commonly known. Our brain doesn't really recognize jokes and sarcasm. Our brain just takes everything that we say as serious. So, like, that's why, when people, I remember, hearing people say, like, taking an issue with "I'm dead," because, your brain doesn't know that that's sarcastic, slang. Your brain just hears what you're saying. It's like, oh, okay, so take that into account, also in just the way that you are going through your day to day. I know sometimes we can be a little lackadaisical about the way that we settle about the way that we settle sometimes in relationships or even situationships, but just be cognizant of that factor. It's a power and authority factor that's there. Yeah, and this is really important because it plays on your confidence, and it makes you it brings you down to a point where you feel small. I don't want to stay on this for too long. Can we get some advice? Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. There was another group that I was gonna speak to, but that just kind of got lost in the sauce. So maybe it was just meant to get lost. All right. All right. So. All right, so the first thing that came out was fulfillment of wishes upside down again. This was the first card that popped out when I drew this deck, and transformation. So with this, what I'm getting is you have to be the transformation that you want to see. So whatever you are looking for in your partners, know that your partners always mirror you. And I know when we are in really like bad relationships, or say like abusive relationships, that can be something that some people choose not to accept it, or if they do choose to accept it, it can take a long time until they are able to accept that an abusive partner was a direct mirror of them. But that's really what Spirit is saying here. What you are looking to manifest, you first have to be that change. You first have to be that instrument. You first have to be that light in order to attract something on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? You have to match that frequency. And then the next thing that popped out was passion ignited, and then material harvest. So this is telling me that one thing that stops you from actively being in that frequency on a day-to-day basis is as like you might have ADHD a little bit, or maybe like PTSD with like money. You might put way too much of your emotional stability and mental well-being into your material gains or your material harvest. And Spirit is saying that's not, like, in order to bring in this union that you want, you have to co-create with Spirit. You have to co-create with Spirit for that. And you also have to have patience. I'm hearing this is not something that you can do alone. This is not something that you can do by yourself. I heard many have tried many lifetimes. And this well, I was gonna say, well, that part wasn't just about love. But then we also know that the way that we act in our romantic relationships always spills out into other facets of our life. But yeah, also make sure that even if you feel like you are in a position of lack temporarily, so like for example, we get paid, say you get paid every 2 weeks, right? Most people get paid every 2 weeks, or if you don't, you probably get paid on like the 1st and the 15th or something like that, the 15th and the 30th or something like that, right? So a lot of us will struggle with, when you first get paid, you like, balling, and you just living your best life. You going out to eat, you going to the strip club, you just hanging out with your friends, you gonna find a man and buy him a drink, like just all kind of all kind of stuff, just because you feel good. You're in that vibration of flow, that abundance frequency. Spirit is saying, even when you don't have that, right? So when that second week, that third week rolls along and your money is looking kind of funny, honey, spirit is saying, don't let your emotional stability be so heavily dependent on your finances. I was gonna say on your material wealth, but your finances specifically. um I heard it holds no weight. It equates to nothing. Your finances equates to nothing in the eyes of spirit. It's very on point for spirit. It's very on point for spirit. Honestly and truly, guys, I've seen spirit create money out of literally nothing. Out of nothing, nothing. Didn't have nothing in my pocket. And spirit told me to go skate, and I said, with what money? And I looked in my purse and it had a 20. I kid you not. Talk to spirit about your past heartbreak, especially considering the triggers with power and authority. If you have had trouble in the past regarding your womb, fertility issues, that is also something that spirit is asking you to bring to them. um, Somebody lost a partner in the past, like a child's father, or a child's father. Somebody lost a child's father. That is also something that you can bring to spirit. Also know, if you ever I shouldn't say lose, I should say they transitioned. If you have a transition family member, kin member, friend, a transition child, know that you can reach out to them. Ancestral veneration is open to, if I'm not mistaken, it's open to all African Americans, all black people, all African Americans. Black people is large, but all African Americans I know for sure. Okay. Um. Yeah. Also, spirit is saying relationships that you have had in the past that were not successful, bring that to them. Also, I'm hearing whatever is in the dark will come to the light. Spirit is offering you the opportunity to have clarity and closure. A lot of times we go looking for closure from other people, or we might go years and just never be okay because we feel like we never got closure or never got a chance to get closure, or that person was never in the space to be able to give us closure. And spirit is saying, you don't need to have your closure come from somebody else. Your closure can come from your divine spirit team, so go to your spirit team for that. If you guys have an altar, your altar is a perfect place to sit at and do your prayers, your petitions, and just letting them hear you out. If you don't have an altar, you can literally do it anywhere, in the bathtub, in the shower, while you cooking your food, while you are laying in the bed, like while you're clipping your toenails on the side of the bed, or when you, like, literally it anywhere, 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 because they're always with you at all times. And last but not least, spirit is knowing that this is going to if you are not already in a position of sacrificing something, then spirit knows that they're asking you to sacrifice. But the sacrifice that they're asking you for is for you to ultimately increase your wisdom. So whatever you are working on, also in your relationships, I feel like whatever heartache and pain and disgruntlements you are actively working on now, even if it's not just like in your face, like it's giving, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's giving dabbling in and out of situationships. Um and that's okay. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But what spirit is saying is that all of the like heart wrenching that you feel, and I feel like y'all kind of feel like you shouldn't feel like this because it's not a relationship. First of all, that's okay because you're a human, you have feelings. And I feel like when you start to get these attachments to people, when you're in close proximity to people, you're going to get attached anyway. But when you start getting attached to people like this, it's normal. All of this is just building you up for your future. It's just preparing you so that when you do meet your divine partner, you'll remember, you'll remember certain scenarios and certain ways on how to move certain feelings, and your partner won't make you feel crazy. So I feel, so it'll be like all of that work paid off. Do you feel me? I love y'all. I just want y'all to know that I love y'all and that y'all divine partner is coming soon. And it's not nobody that you feel like you can't get deep with. It's not anybody around you that you are second guessing. It's nobody around you that you are feeling like you can't be vulnerable with. And more than likely, is nobody around you at the moment right now. Is what I'm getting. Let's see. Let me just, because I don't want to speak for everybody. Yeah, for this group specifically, spirit is saying, look, the first thing that popped out was rest and rejuvenation. Okay, immediately followed by have patience and victory and success. Y'all already know it's coming, it's on the way. But first, we getting ourselves together, and know that your partner is mirroring you too. So your partner getting their stuff together. Please know you do not want your divine spouse to come at the wrong time, because then you're the one is gonna what right person wrong time. Nobody wants that to be their story. So I mean, and then spirit is not even gonna let that happen, so that's not even a thing. So let me stop running my mouth. I love you guys. I hope that this was helpful, and please like the video if our content resonates with your soul, and subscribe to the channel because we love you and we hope that you love us too. All right, and see you on Tuesday for our little catch up. Peace. See you later, legends. What's up, my relationship legends? All my legends in relationships, let's get into y'all business a little bit and see what's TTTs. All right, let's see CCs. All right, first of all, let's go ahead and just clear this energy really quickly. I hope that you guys are feeling beautiful and loved under this Libra full moon. Libra is ruled by, is it ruled by Venus? Whenever I think Taurus is ruled by Venus. Libra, whenever I think about Libra, I always think about love. I think about beauty. I think about like just luxury. I think about like the most luxury things that you can think about, like the spa, the beach. That to me is very, very Libra. Like the glitz and the glam, like how we used to think how we used to think about Hollywood. That's how I think about Libra. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into you guys' reading. Thank you to our benevolent ancestors and our divine spirit guides for always leading us in the perfect divine way so that we know exactly where we're going. Okay, the first card that I pulled for you guys, the overall message for your reading is Ancient Light. I am pulling from my Gaia's Vision Oracle cards. I love these cards. It's one of my favorite decks. Okay, awesome. This is the second card in the deck. So the number 2 might be significant. You might be born on the 2nd. You might be born in February. You might be an Aquarius like me. Gang, gang, gang. You might be a February Pisces. All right. Or you might be born in 2002. All right. Ancient Light, it says, sparkling night, you look up through time. Ancestor spirits live, they stand tall as trees, speaking truth. Hidden meanings revealed, answers emerge from darkness. A million eternal stars. You dream of mystery, you know it all within. Timelessness. All right. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Lively Waters is at the bottom of the deck with Exquisite Plenty upside down. All right. Let's get Lively Waters. Exquisite Plenty is about abundance. Let's get Lively Waters. All right. You are in a stream, a meandering river, an ocean wave, weaving, flowing, bending. Meld mind with spirit. Float with the current to your soul's destination. Surrender to intuition. Fluidity is the key word. Fluidity. Okay. I love that. Okay, so you guys have fluidity and timelessness. All right, so already this to me is talking about, it's giving like your intuition. Let's see, what do we need to know? What do you guys need to know about your relationships, specifically under the Libra full moon with this lunar eclipse coming? All right, so some of you guys know that you need to leave your relationship. You know that this relationship is not for you. You have the intuition that's telling you that. And for some reason, the relationship still stands. Okay, so what's the trouble? Spirit is asking you to, okay. Okay, so you might still be in this relationship because of money. You might be staying in this relationship because this person is helping you financially. This is reminding me of the last love pick a card that we did. What's standing out to me here is this solar plexus chakra upside down. So this is, I feel like I'm talking to a woman or somebody that identifies as a woman. Spirit is asking you to go within so that you can hear the truth, because it's almost like when it's like when you're around this person, you can't hear clearly. Okay, yes, this is about money, financial changes, and financial and material changes with the third eye chakra. This person is blocking your third eye chakra. It's like it's like they're draining your confidence, and therefore they are draining your creativity. The universe is trying to send you messages. But it's like you can't hear the messages because you can't hear the messages over this person. This person might be like abusive. Patience over passion. Patience over passion. I'm just trying to have patience. It's hard to be subjective here. Okay, so let me be completely honest. I've had my fair share of abusive relationships, and and I feel like very similarly, the reason why I stayed in the relationship for so long, at first it was because I felt like I couldn't afford to live on my own. But then eventually it became I had invested so much in the relationship. We had invested in each other, and it just became about investments, and it was like the foundation that I had built, it wasn't strong, but it was still a foundation, and I felt like I'd be damned if I don't get no return on my investment. Sometimes you got to leave without knowing. Sometimes you just gotta leave without knowing nothing. Sometimes you gotta even leave all of your stuff. Like you have to leave just with your body, like just with your clothes. And you can literally start over though. Like let me just say that it's so possible to start over. You can start over. You can start over from nothing, You can start over from nothing. You could find 50,000 other people that's going to treat you better. Matter of fact, I guarantee you that you will. But the first step is always to leave that relationship. You'll never be able to see yourself until you get away from people that will never see you. And I feel like it's easier for us to stay around because I feel like sometimes we can get addicted to company and we confuse company for relationship. There's a big difference between company and relationship. Company just means population, people around. Relationship is the bond. That's that intimacy. Relationship has a certain connotation that comes with it, that it's like a certain like nurturing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's completely different than just company. Please be aware that you only have one life to live. And I'm not gonna lie, I know it can feel like time is moving really, really slow, because when you're in situations like dealing with abuse like this, it can seem like 1 hour can last for 5 days, and 5 days feel like 8 months. But please let me tell you, time is ticking. And I'm not saying like you don't have time and you need to hurry. I'm just saying, don't waste your life, don't waste your time waiting on somebody to change. Because please know that the universe is waiting on you to change. Forget the universe, baby. You are waiting on you to change. If you think about yourself as a 4-year-old, right? Because I'm staring at this number 4, at this broken foundations, right? Think about yourself as a 4-year-old. How did you imagine your life going, right? You might need to literally go into meditation and listen. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to like healing in abusive situations, I always say like at all costs. Like if it's not gonna kill me, I'm gonna do it. If you're not going to kill me, I'm going to do it. And if you want to fight me, then you better put up a good fight. And that's the point, the blank, and the period. Honestly, I feel like once you start reaching out to your spirit team, once you start reaching out to God, to Olodumare, whoever you call on, the universe, they listen, they answer you. They listen and they answer you, and they respond, especially in situations like that. You know what I'm saying? So just go into meditation, and even if you have to like lock yourself in the bathroom or ask a friend, can you go over their house and then do it over their house, or You know, just whatever you have to do, do it at school, like, you know, do it, whatever you have to do at work, whatever you have to do in the car before you go to work, whatever you have to do on your lunch break, whatever you have to do. Like, I feel like your healing takes priority, because you have to realize that all of the years that you spend staying there wondering and questioning, you know, like, why can't I get out? Why is it so difficult for me to leave? It's just stacking up. It's just stacking up your trauma. You're just adding on more. So you might as well just start speaking into your water. Why is it so easy for me to leave this relationship? Why is it so easy for me to remember who I am even in the toughest of times? Why is it so easy for me to always remember that I am who I say I am, and not who other people say that I am, or who other people think that I am, or who other people have projected me to be? Why is it so easy for me to believe in myself? Why is it so easy for me to be resilient and do all the things that I said that I was going to do? Why is it so easy for me to accomplish all of my goals and all of my tasks? Why is it so easy for me to trust myself? Why is it so easy for me to make money? Why is it so easy for me to hold on to my wealth and my abundance? Why is it so easy for me to stay on the frequency of abundance? This is the way that you have to start talking to yourself. And when I say speak it into water and drink the water, that's because our bodies are 60 to 70% water. And water also holds memory. So please know that when you speak that into that water, you are now having your whole, all of the waters within your body resonate with the frequency of the water that you just spoke into. Right? It already has the frequency of your voice vibration matched with the frequency of the vibration of the words that you just spoke. That's a, oh my God. Like, you talk about simple manifestation, but that's one of the most potent ways to do it. And it's one of the most simplest, cheap ways to do it. The spirit has your back. Spirit has your back. I really think that you guys should go back and watch the video about resisting towers that I just did earlier today, because I think that it really, really, really can help you guys. Yes. Also, can I just say this too? I really want to say this too. If you are making money, if you are actively making money, you should be holding and keeping track of your own money. There should never be a time where you are making money and then you have to always go and give your money to somebody else. Baby, that's abusive as shit. That's controlling. And it's giving pimp energy, and we not doing that. We're not doing, with all them control tactics, we're not doing that in 2024, okay? We're not doing none of that. So if anybody is trying to tell you, oh, that's normal, everybody's doing it, no, that's not normal. No, everybody's not doing that. If you are actively working for your money, you should have control of your money. And if you are in a situation where that's not the case, you can change that, okay? Even when things seem impossible, that's God's specialty. That's your spirit team's specialty. Doing the impossible, working the impossible. I told you, I didn't have no money in my pockets. I didn't have no money for almost 4 months. And my spirit team told me to go skating. I said, go skating? What, huh? Go skating? Looked in my purse, I had a whole 20. God can make miracles out of nothing. Your spirit team wants to show you miraculous things, but you have to ask. They're not going to force themselves on you. You have to go and you have to ask. You have to surrender to them. You have to surrender those problems to them. And you have to ask for what you want and be specific. Be specific about it. Look, the first card that came out, the Chariot. They're like, that's all you have to do. All you have to do is open up your mouth and ask. They want to change this for you. They want to bring you your victory, your triumph. They want you to be happy. They want you to be fulfilled. They don't want you to be sitting in this heartache and loss. Like, you're not supposed to be feeling like that in no kind of relationship that you're in. You're never supposed to be feeling like this. Ever. And if you are, then you should be able to talk to it about your partner. But it seems like when you talk to your partner about it, you still end up feeling like the motherfucking Five of Cups and emotional loss and despair. And that's why Spirit was saying, like, it's draining your confidence, because you felt confident enough to go and be vulnerable and share these moments with them, and they're basically invalidating you, telling you that your feelings not shit. Basically, that's not okay. If nobody's told you that, I'm gonna tell you that's not okay. I don't care how many people say that's normal. And also, let me say this too, I don't care how many people have it worse. Nobody should be comparing your situation to nothing drastic. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I said that Bobby smacked me and you said, well, girl, you tripping because I remember when Chris tried to run me over with his car. Like, why? Like, why are we battling and comparing, like, the most terrible, traumatic situations? Like, just, if it happened to you and if it pulled at your heartstrings and it felt tumultuous, if it felt chaotic, if it felt wrong, if it felt offensive, it was. Take that. That's your gut talk. That's your spirit talking to you. That's your Ori. Listen to that. Listen to that voice. Please. That is also little you. Is also your inner child. I feel like our inner child often can talk to us through our higher self and through our Ori. Because a lot of times I feel like with our inner child, sometimes we'll dismiss it as like just being childish or being playful. We don't want to deal with that. We got other stuff to do. So it starts coming through as our Ori. And it starts feeling like just a gut feeling. Follow those gut feelings. Trust those butterflies. Trust that intuition. Please. Spirit is saying this is a no-win relationship. This relationship will not stand. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But I feel like you know who I. If this is you, you know what I'm talking about. That relationship will not stand. It will not stand. Look, throat chakra. Spirit is saying you need to speak up for yourself. You might have started to become small with this person dominating you. I was gonna say like something about putting authority over you, but dominating came out. They're trying to literally dominate you. I heard like it might have started in the bedroom and it was all fun, it was all cool, it was all games, it was cute, it was like, you know, kinky fun play, whatever. But now it's dangerous and it's too much. And it's time, I just heard it's time to cut the lights off. It's time to close the show. Like, and scene. Like they might have been you might be dealing with somebody with mental health issues, like real life schizophrenia, or like real life like bipolar disorder, or like some personality disorder, like split personality disorder. But regardless, that's not your problem anymore. And scene is giving though, like this person is like manipulative on purpose. Like they're an actor, like they do it on purpose. Like they play these games on purpose. Like, and scene, like they know how to cut it on and cut it off. I think that's also why Spirit said it's time to cut the lights off. Like they know how to cut it on and cut it off like a switch. Like they know that they're mentally ill as well, but they also know that they know how it affects certain people. They know how it affects people, so they're able to cut it on and cut it off. Their intelligence might have attracted you in the first place. Also, can I just say, everything that attracted you to this person, you have all of those qualities in yourself times 5 is what Spirit said. Times 5. You have those qualities times 5. Spirit said, and they tend to shine pretty bright. That's why that person was also attracted to you. Yeah, but Spirit is saying, yeah, it's time for a change at the end of the day. And then you're really not happy. You might be bored. Some of you guys might be feeling bored with this person. Like, you might be bored with their cycles. Like, you're kind of starting to get used to their, like, craziness. And it's starting to get, like Like you're just really over it. Like you just for some of you guys, okay, so this is, I feel like this is a different energy. Some of you guys are in relationships where you know you're walking all over this person. Like you know you're walking all over them. Why are you doing that? You will not have success here. You cannot just walk over people. That's not okay. I mean, I heard for the experience. Yes, and it's like, yes. That's not okay. Let me just stick with this crowd for a minute. Spirit saying this relationship also no. Like, yeah, Spirit's not if you wanna go cheat, just go cheat. Like not just go cheat, but just be single. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like somebody, just go be single. Like, if you want to go have your experiences that bad, just go have your experiences. But let me just say this. Let me just say this. I feel like Spirit is calling you out because they saying you only doing that because you feel like you're suffering in silence, but you really need to go into solitude for a minute. Let me just say this too. Be careful about that. Like, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I'm gonna just tell you to be careful about that, because even if you don't believe in karma, it tends to have a very high accuracy and reliability rate. So I feel like sometimes we can just do things and we think that it's not that bad because of the circumstance. I would just I wouldn't even waste my time like that, player. I would just put my time and my energy somewhere else. And then too, like, you gotta think, if that's not your person, if you think like from a higher perspective, from perspective of the one, right? If that's not your person, that's somebody else's person. So is there really a way that you can get good karma by fucking over somebody else's person just because you know that that's not your person? For the experience, just go be single, please. All right, I'm not talking to you anymore. Like, I'm not addressing the cheating anymore. Let's get a little bit of advice for everybody. Um, the first thing that popped out was fertility. Some of you guys might actually be pregnant, or if you had issues with fertility in the past, um, look out. Or somebody might be ovulating. This also might be a sign that once you that this also might be a sign that fertility, once you, yeah, look, here's the sacral chakra, and then moving on is reverse. Once you decide to move on, because right now you're still in the relationship, so that's why this is reversed. And this is the sacral chakra. Okay, so that's the gut. It's also the womb area. It's literally everything to do with fertility. This is where the babies are, right? But you guys, this is all about your sacral chakra energy. So you guys would benefit from doing sacral chakra meditation work. This is also saying that you guys are going to expand in your sacral chakra energy and your creativity. And once you leave the relationship, for some of you, this relationship will not stand. I just keep hearing, this relationship will not stand. It will not stand the test of time. Whatever you are trying to manifest or bring into fruition, it will come. But first, you have to let go of this relationship. I just put at the top of the deck was love begins. So you will not get, Spirit is not going to bring your opportunity for a new relationship until you choose to stand your ground, until you choose to speak up for yourself and leave into this relationship. And there might be a brief period of singlehood, of celibacy, of just rest and rejuvenation, just so that you can, I feel like that is very necessary for us to get back in, like rekindle ourselves once we deal with somebody We have to, sometimes we even have to relearn ourselves, or like pick up some pieces if it was like a heartbreak. But once you do that, you have victory and you have success, you have triumph. And Spirit is saying that you already know this, your crown chakra knows this, but you're being blocked from being able to access that mind and heart integration, right? You know it, but you don't feel it. You feel that heartache because you are actively in this relationship. Also know that the sacral chakra has a lot to do with sex. Having sex, sharing sexual energy is all sacral chakra. So if you are actively being sexual with somebody who is not your divine spouse, or somebody who is actively harming you, if you are actively being sexual with somebody who is actively harming you, or even somebody that has harmed you in the past but it's still a very present energy, meaning that when I come around you I don't feel comfortable, and even though I let you, let's be for real, even though I let you penetrate me, I don't, it's still some unease, and within our relationship there's still some tension there that is going to cause a blockage within your sacral chakra, and it's also going to cause a blockage within all your other chakras, but specifically the sacral chakra, because that has everything to do with your sacral, with your sexual energy. um yeah, guys, choose wisely, and know that first of all, you have all of the strength that you need in order to overcome this. I have your back, your spirit team has your back, and if you ever need any extra tips, feel free to reach out to me, or reach out to BLegendBotanica in our DMs on Instagram. If you want to leave a comment and ask a question, feel free to leave a comment on our Instagram, on any one of our posts. You can leave a comment on our page down here, down below. You can always email us. The email is in the description box below. um yeah, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family. If you don't necessarily have family members or a whole bunch of friends, or a large community that you feel like is aligned with your path, just feel free to reach out to me, Legend Botanica. We're always open. I don't mind answering questions outside of personal readings. Just please don't leave me your 13 reasons, please. Like, I don't know if I could answer 22 questions or 50 questions in the DM. But all right, let's just get an overall piece of advice just to take us out. It's so funny because diving deep flew out, but it flew out upright this time. Okay, so Spirit is asking you, so your piece of advice is to dive deep within yourself. I'm going to pull it out the book, but I'm going to show you guys to dive deep within yourself. They're asking you guys to do some self-exploration in order to make the best decision for you, in the best ways, right? It's very easy for us to talk about exiting out of difficult, tumultuous, or even sometimes abusive relationships, but actually doing it is a whole other story. Real quick, let me just share a little piece of my story leaving an abusive relationship. When I was living with my ex, it literally took me, I'll say collectively, it took me about 6 months to leave. Within those 6 months, I tried to leave over 10 times. There were times where I tried to leave and, my clothes got thrown all over the lawn. There were times where I tried to leave and there was a body on the front of my car that was preventing me from leaving. There were times where I was being blockaded in front of the door. There were times where physical altercations had popped off so it would prevent me from leaving. There were times, so eventually one thing that I ended up doing was, and there were multiple times when I was leaving and coming back. I feel like that's a part of that was a part of my cycle. I ended up with figuring out that the easiest, smartest way for me to leave when I was intent on leaving, was for me to do it in complete silence. I would always leave. I would leave all of my stuff. I would leave in the middle of the night and leave without saying a word, and just hoping and praying that nobody was behind me when nobody wake up. And like, I understand the aspect of survival. So that's why I really just want to drive home how important it is to co-create with your spirit team, because they will take a lot of the pressure off. A lot of the things that we feel like we have to do by ourselves, I'm telling you, spirit will make a supernatural way to where you would not even fathom the way that spirit is coming in to change your situation. So instead of you stressing and trying to figure out how to change the impossible by yourself, you're not Mrs. Impossible, Mr. Impossible, like, you're not Kim Possible, like, and that's okay. Your spirit team said, call me, beat me when you want to reach me, so call on them. All right. And then last but not least, diving deep from the book, it says, look inside, examine from all angles. You break apart the puzzle, 2 sides at least to everything. Do you see them all? Now is the time to ask before acting. And the key word is contemplation. I love this so much. Yeah, so you guys have some thinking to do, some meditating to do, but please know that your spirit team would never put you in a situation that you could not handle. You are more than capable of literally everything that you are facing. I want to say when you have the opportunity in the future to look back in hindsight at this moment, you are going to be so proud of yourself. You're going to be so proud of yourself by how you chose to move, by how you chose to respond, by how you chose to love yourself, by how you chose to stick up for yourself, by how you chose to nurture yourself and really give yourself that unconditional love that you didn't see from other people. But that's okay, because they weren't equipped to give it to you, but you understood that you were equipped to give it to yourself, because the divine had already equipped you with the perfect divine things in order to nurture yourself back to health and to have that stability, right, before you even came to earth. So I love you guys. I hope that this was helpful. And yeah, please like the video if our content resonates with your soul. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We have our pages listed down below if you want a personal reading. Or if you're having dreams and you're like, oh my goodness, what's going on in my head? I also do dream interpretation. So feel free to hit me up in my email about dream interpretations or personal readings. And yeah, it was so awesome being able to catch up with you guys talking about romance. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful, spectacular, beautiful day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. And I will see you in the next video. Peace. Stay legendary.